Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things finance and investing related. And today I wanted to go over how we spent our stimulus checks. So you probably ask yourself, what in the world did they spend it on then? Well, you're about to find out. First, we have $610 that went into miscellaneous categories to build them back up, seeing as I had borrowed against them earlier in the month. Why had I borrowed against them earlier in the month? Well, both the crypto markets and the stock market were falling a little bit, and I decided that it would be the best time to invest that money now rather than waiting for the stimulus check to come in. Obviously, this is an extremely risky maneuver, and I'm glad that we did get our stimulus check on time so that way we weren't behind on our finances. But overall, I think it was a good decision to buy those stocks and cryptocurrencies when I did, and I think they will be great investments in the long term. So after that $610 was spent building those different categories back up to where they were before I went on an investing binge, we managed to put another $200 into the stock market. $120 of that went into our Roth IRA on M1 Finance, and $80 of that went into Coinbase to be spent on Bitcoin. We've made quite a big difference in our investing accounts over the past 30 days, and I can't wait to share that with you all at the end of the month. But I will say that we have officially gotten to the point where we are almost topped out on our cryptocurrency allocations. Obviously, if there's another extreme dip, somewhere to the tune of maybe $5,000 or $10,000 in Bitcoin, or maybe $500 or $600 in Ethereum, I may consider to invest a little bit more, even though it is a riskier investment, because I do believe that they will return back to the levels they currently are. But at the current levels of Bitcoin, anywhere from $55,000 to $65,000, I don't think that right now is the perfect time for me to be putting even more money into the cryptocurrency investments. I think I should just leave it where it is and ride it out for a little while. Next, we move into housing costs, which were $970. Now, $270 of that was our electricity bill. Our electricity bill seemed to be a little bit higher this month, which is pretty crazy because I thought that we were getting to a point where it was going to be consistent around $150 a month. But I am glad that we are paying for the actual amount of electricity we use every month rather than getting an estimate and basically offloading that for the next month. So even though it was $270 between 3 people for heating and electricity for all of our different pieces of technology, I don't think it's personally that bad, especially since our appliances, like the hot water heater and the stove, all run on electricity. I don't think it's too bad to have spent $270 in 1 month, especially since it was really cold over the last month. Then we put $75 into miscellaneous pet funds, a little bit into the vet bills fund, as well as some into the food and the miscellaneous categories, just trying to build those up for the future. That way we don't get blindsided when we either want to do something nice for our cats or need to take them to the vet for something serious that's going on. Then we put $120 into donations. When we got our last stimulus check of $600 apiece, Saige really wanted to give away $100 of that, and I thought that was an awesome thing to do. And after us each both picking out a noble cause to be able to give that money to, I decided that we should definitely be doing it this time as well. And she was more than thrilled that I was agreeing with her about being able to donate some of that money. So $120 went towards donations, and I will be putting the $60 where I think it will be best used, and Saige will be putting that $60 where she thinks it will be best used. Next, we have the dreaded mistress of eating out. Believe it or not, we only budgeted $50 into our eating out category from our stimulus check. That is something extremely fun that we like to do, and we figured we should have a little bit of splurginess in the stimulus check so that way we can get that fun money spending out of the way, so that way we are ready to move forward in the coming weeks and not spend as much out of those paychecks. Next, we put $75 into household goods and groceries, split up about 50-50 there. That way we have enough extra money to buy toilet paper when we need it and the things that are necessary around the house, while also making our grocery budget a little bit fatter. That way, if we want to go to a bigger box store to be able to stock up on certain items, we have the ability to do that with what's in our grocery budget now. Next, we put $50 into our true expenses category, $30 towards the P.O. Box yearly membership, which is about 2/3 of the way filled already, and $20 into our renter's insurance category. We are ahead on both of these by quite a bit, and that makes me extremely happy. I hope to have them fully funded well before the date that they are due. Then we put $70 into the tire switchover category, which fully funds our tire switchover from going from the winter tires to the spring tires. I'm really happy that we were able to budget this out well before the expected date of us switching our tires over. Typically, I like to wait until about the end of when you're supposed to be able to have them on, which is somewhere around April 15th usually. It makes me happy that even though it's about a month away, we have already budgeted out the money for it, and I don't need to feel stressed out about where that $100 is going to come from. Next, I loaded up our subscriptions for the month, and that was $45. This one includes things like Hulu, Apple Care, and our Nintendo Online, basically our everyday subscriptions. Next, $30 went into the Wish Farm, and with putting that $30 into the Wish Farm, I was able to do a little bit of restructuring, and we were able to get one of Saige's Wish Farm goals almost completely funded. Next, we have another fun category, and that is gaming. We spent $80 in the gaming category, and we wanted to use this to buy Ring Fit Adventure, a fitness-related game for the Nintendo Switch that we thought would help us get more active on the day-to-day. Next, we put $350 into our savings account, which is really awesome because I had borrowed away a little bit of it a couple months ago for the stock market investments. So now we are starting to get back up to a sane amount in our savings account, which is definitely helping both mine and Saige's sanity and how we feel about our finances in general. Then we decided to put $50 towards a secured car fee. I picked out a particular secured card and got approved for it, where they allow you to kind of build up that secured card amount, and you don't have to put the whole amount in all at once. You can build it up, and you have 90 days from the time you apply. So since I was accepted to that, we are working towards that $500 that we need to have deposited in there, as well as the $30 annual fee. As much as it stinks to have to put money into a credit card, this is more of like a forgiven loan. I think about it more like a security deposit on an apartment. Provided I treat my credit correctly and I don't overuse it, when I close that account, if I ever do, I will be able to get that money back. Now, I do think that I'll be keeping this account open for very long, possibly until we already have a mortgage and we're past the point where debts are something that we're really worried about. Even with that $35 annual fee, I think it'll be very good for my credit to be able to add another credit card onto my credit profile. And last but not least, we have $95 that went into topping off miscellaneous categories around our budget. A little bit of extra wiggle room in all of the categories that we tend to spend a little bit more in is going to be extremely helpful for the months to come. So there we have it, how me and Saige spent our stimulus checks, the full $2,800 between us both. If you would like to share with me how you spent your stimulus check and how you allocated your money from your stimulus, make sure to share it in the comment section below. I would love to hear how you allocated everything. If you thoroughly enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, as that really helps my channel grow and send my videos out to more people. And if you like the idea of seeing my face more often, talking about finances, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you don't miss a single one of my videos every single time they come out. Until next time, take care.